Okay, in the today's class, let us move for the next module, that is module 3, that is flexible pavement failures, maintenance and evaluation. So whatever the subject or a topic you are reading, so you are reading from the sequence. So that is first you are going to read in the first module introduction to the different types of the pavements and the components and the different layers that has been incorporated for flexible pavement and the rigid pavement, and what are the differences between rigid and flexible pavement, and what are the factors that need to be considered. So that we have discussed in the second module, and some of the methods, it may be McKeld method, Canas method, CBR method. So different methods of designing of the flexible pavement you have learned in the third module. So now you have already designed the flexible pavement and it is constructed. So now the thing is how you are going to maintain the pavements. What are all the failures you may observe in the pavement and how you are going to maintain the pavement. So that is what the important factor that you need to consider while deciding or while maintaining the flexible pavement. So that is pavement failures and maintenance. So in that you are going to study the types of failures, causes and remedial measures, and what is the maintenance methods you are adopting in case of flexible as well as the rigid pavement, and evaluation of the pavement. So evaluation means it is also consisting of two types of evaluation. One is functional evaluation and other one is that is structural evaluation. So functional evaluation is in the sense you are going to see whether whatever the given pavement or the constructed pavement, so whether it is performing the intended purpose or not. So whether it is providing the smooth surface or the smooth movement of the vehicles, is it possible or not. So that has been considered in case of this visual inspection. And in the structural evaluation we are going to see the capacity or stability of the material by different methods. So that we are going to discuss in detail in the today's session. So let us continue with the just wait for a while. Okay. So this is what the flexible pavement failures and maintenance structural evaluation. So before going to start with this, first we need to understand why it is required. So why the maintenance of the road is required. So means after the construction of the roads or it may be the any structure, the proper maintenance is very important factor that you need to be considered. So because in order to assess the condition of the road or in order to diagnose the problems that may occur, it may be on the any structure or it may be in the pavement. So whether it is providing the smooth surface for the movement of the vehicles or not, and is there is any undulations in the constructed pavement. So in order to observe that, the properly we need the maintenance. And even if the highway is designed, if it is well designed also, we need the proper maintenance. And in order to observe the different types of failures, because we can observe some of the potholes are there, undulations are there, uneven surfaces we can observe in case of the pavement. So after the some time of the construction. So in order to analyze all these parameters, the proper maintenance of the highway is required. So let us see what are all the cause of this highway pavement. So why there is a failure in the pavement surface. So what are all the different causes you may observe for the pavement failures. So as we know that, so whatever the type of soil we are observing, so as we know the SBC of the soil may not be same at all the condition. So there may be a variation in the safe bearing capacity or the structural capacity of the subgrade. That is poor soil in the sense whatever the subgrade we are having, which is not having the adequate strength to resist the wheel load which is coming on the road surface. So and the most common problem what we are observing, so it is presence of high water table. So means if this is your ground surface, if the water table is near to that of the your ground surface or the pavement surface, so there may be a exfiltration of water. So therefore you have to see the high water table also and the SBC of the soil. So if it is the poor soil is there, so then this is one of the most important cause for the pavement failure. And next thing is the quality of the materials. So which quality of the materials? So whatever the materials we have used for the laying of the pavement, so whether it is having the good quality materials, what is the strength of that materials and the load carrying capacity of the different materials, that you may see that is one of the most important cause of the failure. So that is poor soil and material quality and geometry of the structure. So geometry means what? So because that is the line of action, so how the road has been laid. So it is the geometry of this pavement surface. Because of improper geometry also, alignment of the road also, so we can see some of the failures in the road surface. It may be the flexible or it may be the rigid pavement. And another important parameter is the condition of the load. So how much load is coming on the pavement surface because of the mixed traffic. So what do you mean by this mixed traffic? So we are not only designed the pavement surface, so because of we are not designed the pavement surface for the only single volume of the traffic. So we are designing for mixed traffic. So as we know that as per the Indian Road Congress, the whatever the maximum load, that is for single axial load. So whatever the maximum load we are considering for per vehicle, it is 80 kilonewton. So if it is more than that, so then there may be a increase in the traffic volume. So it may also causes the failure in the pavement surface. So because of overloading of the vehicles, if it is more than the prescribed value by the IRC recommendation, so because of heavy load also we can observe the deterioration or distress in the pavement surface, because you may observe some of the roads that has been destroyed. So whenever the heavy vehicles has been moved on the road surface. So because whatever the road we have constructed, so that is for the low volume of the traffic. So if more than that load is applied means, so there may be a failure in the road surface. Okay, mute yourself, Ramaswamy. Okay. So then again there is a environmental factors are also one of most important factors that may include the soil erosion, and high water table, and what is the snowfall condition, and what is the rainfall intensity in the particular area. So all those factors are also affecting the, or it may causes the failure, and along with that the drainage factor, because we need to provide the proper drainage. It may be in the road flexible or rigid pavement. So because we cannot that is proper camber should be provided, that is for the proper drainage purpose. So if inadequate drainage system is there means, so then also it may causes the failure in the pavement surface. So irrespective of the type of the pavement, so these are all the causes of the pavement failure. That may be the poor quality of the soil, or the quality of the materials used for the construction, and improper geometry, and the applying of the overloading of the vehicles, and some environmental factors and the drainage factors. So because of all these parameters, we may see the failures or deterioration of the road surface. And before going to discuss with the what are all the types of failures, first we need to discuss how the pavement surface is going to fail. So means we are having the different layers. In case of flexible pavement, subgrade is there, subbase is there, base courses are there. So what is the cause of failure of different courses that has been provided? So that we need to discuss in detail here. So whatever the types of failures you are observing in this slide, so these are all the surface deformations. But if you want to talk about the failures in a subgrade and subbase, so we need to discuss what is the cause of the failure in the subgrade as well as the subbase. You can observe in this figure the subgrade failure and base course failure in the flexible pavement. So subgrade means we know that, so it is the well compacted soil layer above which the different layers of the pavement surface has been provided. So you can observe, so there is a settlement in the subgrade. You can observe here. So this is what the failure of the pavement because of the failure in the subgrade. So why there is a failure in the subgrade? So what is the cause of subgrade failure? That may be inadequate stability, that is stability of the subgrade. So if there is a inadequate stability of the subgrade is there means, so then we can observe this type of failure. And excessive stress application, so means whatever the design load is there, so we are applying the excessive stress. So because of the excessive stress, so there may be a failure of the subgrade. So try to understand here. So there is no any surface deterioration, so there is no any uneven surface has been formed, that is surface failures are not observing here. So we are observing the collapsing of the subgrade. So what is the main cause? So one is, that is inadequate stability of the subgrade, and the second thing is application of excessive stresses. So that is what the important cause of subgrade failure. So if the subgrade failure, if we are observing means, so then there is a settlement of the road surface. So this is one of the type of failure, that is subgrade failure, and causes of that subgrade failure. And we can observe the three types of failures in the subgrade. So what are all those three types of failure means? Elastic deformation, and consolidated deformation, and plastic deformation. So that is, first one is elastic. So what is the cause? That is, what do you mean by elastic deformation means? So whenever the load is applied on the road pavement surface, so there is some deflection. So after removal of the rod, it can come for the original position. That is what the elastic deformation we may observe. And consolidated means, so there is a undeformable, that is if once it is deformed, so it is not come for the original position. Sometime it may regain its original position, or sometime, so whatever the settlement has been observed, so that is a permanent settlement. So that is for the consolidated deformation. And plastic deformation, we can observe the permanent deformation in the pavement surface. That is what the plastic deformation. Elastic deformation, consolidated deformation, and the plastic deformation are the types of deformation we may observe because of the wheel load which is acting on the road surface. And in the second figure, you may observe base course, that is failure of the base course. So you can observe here subgrade is strong. In the second figure, you can observe subgrade is strong. So there is a failure in the layer which is above the subgrade, that is base course deformation. So here we are having the some of the cause for this deformation. So why this base course deformation we may observe? So this is because of again inadequate stability or strength of the materials and loss of binding action. So you can observe the base courses means which is having the different the sizes of the aggregates, and the binder course is there, bituminous emulsion we have applied. So if there is a loss of binding action in between the materials, so then also we can observe this type of the failure. And loss of base course material, so means if there is any erosion of the base course material, so then also we can observe this type of failure. And use of inferior materials and crushing of the base course material. So means as I told you, so whatever the surface of the pavement is there which is subjected to the loading, so if we are using the somewhat low quality material for the base course, so sometimes because of that type of materials and crushing of the base course material, we may expect this type of failure. And lack of lateral confinement of the granular base. So these are all the causes of base course failure. So means, so there may be a failure means we cannot concentrate on the top surface only. It may be the failure in the subgrade, or it may be the failure in the base course, or the surface failures. So this is how we are going to observe the failures in the flexible pavement. So this is what the figure which is representing the flexible pavement, so because which is having the different layers here. So as I told you, so these are all the causes: inadequate stability, excessive application of the stress, and there may be a loss of the binding action. We may observe the type of the failures, that is subgrade as well as the base courses. So and whatever the types of failures you are observing here, so these are all the failures, that is surface failures here. That may be the corrugation, rutting. So what are all the different failures have listed here. So we have to discuss in detail regarding this. That is only this module, that is pavement failures, maintenance and evaluation. So why this failure, that is types of failures, first we need to understand, and what is the cause of that failure, and how you are going to rectify those failures, that is maintenance. So just you have the look on this different types of failures. So let us have the discussion one by one in detail. What do you mean by the different types of the failures? Yes, am I audible? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first thing is, So you may observe, so this is what the general discussion, you can understand easily by hearing the explanation or by seeing the name of the failures also. So you can understand the things. Alligator cracks, so means in flexible pavement we can observe the some of the cracks that may be the map type or the crocodile cracks, we can also call it as the crocodile cracking or fatigue failure. So means uneven cracks we can observe in the pavement surface. That cracks what we can call it as, it is alligator cracks. It is also known as map cracking or crocodile cracking or fatigue failures. So since appearance is like that only, so that is why the name indicates alligator crack. So why this is this type of crack we may observe means, so there may be a weakness in the surface. So because this type of cracks we are observing at the surface only, not in the subgrade and subbase and the below layers. So whatever the types of cracks, it is on the surface of the pavement only. So what is the cause of this alligator crack? So that may be the weakness in the surface, or there may be a poor drainage system, and combination of all this. So that may be any one of the cause that may cause us the alligator crack. So the main reason of this type of crack is for the repetitive application of the heavy moving of the vehicles, that is the heavy traffics. So you can observe in the figure, as you can understand easily. So you may observe there is a the alligator cracks, or the cracks are like map cracking. So what is the cause? There may be a poor drainage system. So you can observe there is a percolation of the water, so because of improper drainage system, or there may be the poor materials at the top surface, or there is a repetitive application of the load on the surface, we may observe this type of the cracks, that is alligator cracks. So what are all the types of failures we are observing here? These are all the surface failures. The cause of the different layers are different, and cause of surface failures are different. So that you should have the differentiation in between the different types of the failures. So and another types of cracks you may observe in the flexible pavement, that is block cracks. So as the name indicates, so whatever the cracks we are observing, so that is in the form of some rectangular blocks. So block cracks are look like the larger interconnected rectangles. So therefore it is naming it as the block cracks. So what is the cause? Is generally this type of cracks may observe, so because of the shrinkage of the asphalt. So whatever the pavement we are seeing, flexible pavement, so after the application of the asphalt emulsion, so if there is a shrinkage because of the temperature variation, so there may be some cracks may be developed, so because of the temperature cycle or the variation in the temperature. So that type of cracks are the block cracks, and this may be because of mixed, that is improper mixing and placing. So while placing of the top surface or the bituminous materials, so if there is a inadequate or improper mixing and placing of the material, so then also we can observe this type of cracks. And you can see here there is a different types of cracks. This is in the form of the rectangular blocks, or it is of the different sizes of the blocks. In case of rigid pavement also, and in case of flexible pavement also, we are observing this type of the cracks. So sometimes there is if the vehicle speed is also more, so then also we can expect this type of the cracks in the pavement surface. And the longitudinal cracks, as the name indicates, you can see here, whatever the cracks we are observing here, these cracks has been formed along length of the pavement. You can observe clearly in the figure. So this is the crack which is formed along the length of the pavement, that is longitudinal cracks. The longitudinal cracks are those which are running parallelly to the center line of the roads. So it may be considered, this type of cracks may be caused because of the structural problem, that is there may be some causes, or there may be some defects in the structural capacity, or it may be considered as the environmental distress also. So this type of cracks may be caused because of the variation in the environmental condition, or there may be the design factors, that is structural cause also may cause us this type of the cracks, that is whatever the cracks we are observing along the center line of the road. So that type of cracks is longitudinal cracks. And so because of the poor joints also we can observe this type of the cracks in case of the rigid pavement. So means, as we know that, so we have provided the dowel bars in the rigid pavement. So whenever there is the construction joints we may observe, so improper construction joints also causes. So that is whatever the rigid pavement we are constructing in a panel wise. So there is a longitudinal joints are also there and transverse joints are also there. So because of the improper the joint at the time of construction, so it leads to the formation of this longitudinal cracks. Similarly, so you can observe the transverse cracks are also there. So that is which is perpendicular to the center line of the road. So you can observe clearly in the picture. So whatever the cracks has been formed in case of rigid as well as the flexible pavement, these cracks are running perpendicular to the center line of the road, or this may be caused because of the variation in the temperature, or maybe the poor construction, or maybe the improper placing of the materials at the time of construction. We may observe this type of the crack, that is transverse crack. So what are all the cracks we are discussing here? These are all the surface failures. So still now we have discussed about the cracks itself, only the surface cracks, that is block crack and alligator crack, longitudinal crack and transverse crack. So these are all the cracks, that is surface deterioration or the surface distress of the pavement. And patches, most commonly we are observing in the road surface, that is patches means some of the portion of the road it has been removed, or it may be deteriorated because of the some reasons, or the because of the heavy traffic. Some portion has been it has been deteriorated, so that portion has been removed and again it has been patched by the new material, that is repairing of the existing pavement. So that is what the patches we are observing, especially in case of the flexible pavement. So what do you mean by the patches? It is an area or a portion of a pavement, so which may be the sizes of 0.1 square meter. It has been removed and replaced with a new material. So but whatever the function of replacing of these patches, but it should not be provided, or it should not be performed as well as the original pavement. So you may observe, so there may be there is no the smooth movement of the vehicle where there is a patches are there. So means patches are not performing as well as the original pavement section, but it has been deteriorated, but we have to maintain. So therefore that area has been replaced by the new material itself. So this is or the patches we can observe in the road surface. So see here, patches are different and the potholes are different. So if the depression is more, so then we are considering that as a potholes, but here that is patches are there. So this has been again replaced by the new materials, but it should not performing the as well as the whatever the proper work that is at the beginning, what is the performance of the road, so we cannot observe. So once the patches has been applied on the road surface. So here you can observe the different figures are there. So if the patches are also more in case of rainy season, there may be a storage of the water in the different potholes or a patches that may provide the it will not provide the smooth movement of the vehicles, and at the road surface it may increases the wearing and tearing of the wheel surface also. So these are all the types of the cracks or the surface deformation. So we may observe in the flexible pavement. In this figure you are observing, so there is a repairing of the patches. You can observe some new asphalt mixture has been placing on the whatever the deteriorated area, and you can observe here. So some of the patch repair works has been carrying out on the different pictures, but as we know that, so it is not performing as well as the beginning work. So this is what the some of the types of failures you may observe in the flexible pavement. And again the type of failures, again we are having the different failures are there. So let us have the detailed discussion in the upcoming sessions. And pothole, so that is we can discuss the one of the most important that is failure you may observe in the pavement, that is potholes. So potholes are nothing but what? So this is the general discussion. We know that we have already seen the a number of potholes in the road surface, a bowl shaped depression on the road surface. So whatever we are observing, this is what because of the permanent deformation, as I told you. So if there is a elastic deformation, then there is no potholes. So because of the maximum load, if there is a permanent deformation in the road surface, so that may causes the potholes. So it is a bowl shaped depression in the pavement surface, so that we are calling it as a potholes. Why it is caused? Because of the heavy loads which has been coming on the road surface. When there is a permanent deformation, we can observe the potholes. So and in some time potholes may expand. So whenever if the pothole is there, again the vehicles are moving on the pothole itself, so then there is a extending of this potholes width, that is in case of width as well as the dimension of the pothole may increase if there is a proper maintenance has been not done for the potholes. And if we are observing the more pothole, means what happens, there is a damaging of the vehicle tires. It should not provide the smooth movement for the vehicles. And in the potholes we are repairing by the patchwork. You can observe here the dimension of the pothole, so is may going to increase if the continuous movement of the vehicles on the pothole. So you can observe here it may be the smaller dimension, that is the depth of the pothole is less at the beginning, and if it may increase by the continuous movement of the vehicle. So that has been repaired or maintained by filling up the patch, that is pothole, by the asphalt or a bituminous concrete. So this is how we are going to maintain the, or we are going to repair the potholes and patches. And the cracks also we are going in some time we are filling up the cracks also using the bituminous emulsion. So this is how we are going to maintain the road surface with the different types of the failures. So again we are having the some other types are there. So let us have the detailed discussion regarding this type of the failures in the next session. So that is somewhat theory is there, that is continuously types of cracks and failures, maintenance and evaluation. So after that we are having, so if we are studying about the structural evaluation, so then you are having the some of the problems which is related with the structural evaluation, that is stability of the pavement. So related to the stability we are having the numericals in this module. So rest of thing it is the theory part. So let us wind off this today's session up to this type of failures. So let us continue in the next session. Yes, is it clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.